Krystles method. Um, I'd like to try something a little different today. I'm going to do my card, which I'm going to give it in a couple different methods. Because I'm a big believer and don't believe everything you hear. I'm a big believer in research. I'm a big believer in all things. And I'm not saying that this is for you. I'm not saying this is the way to go. I'm just showing you different methods of how different your resources could be, or so in the end, it's how you feel, interpret, and put it together. So I did an app and I pulled up the 10 of Wands, okay? And the 10 of Wands is reversed. So I'm going to read the app's version. Trying to do it all alone, a martyr, busy work, procrastination, wrong priorities. The 10 of Wands may appear reversed when you are struggling with responsibility. You may be ready to set a former dream aside when you realize how much work is involved. A project you're involved with may be growing so quickly that you're totally overwhelmed. You may be putting off your work because it's starting to pile up and become unmanageable or daunting responsibility. You may be doing a lot of busy work without actually accomplishing anything. It may be useful to examine the way you spend your time. The card may also show up as signaling a time of great relief. You have found others to help lighten your load, or at least started to reach out for help. You may have entirely set aside your responsibilities, freeing energy to focus on new pursuits. Now, looking at the card, okay? And if you look, everything is a symbol. Everything means something. So looking at the card, it's holding on to things like cups mean one thing, swords mean another, wands, pentacles is like money to me. It's kind of a greed card, but and 10 is always like completion. So you have the 10 of Wands holding on to everything alone by himself. Okay, and so then I used the book that it came with. I used Tarot Weight. 10 of Wands. The Ace of Wands gave you a fully loaded magic wand and advice. Make sure that you can feel whatever you create. According to this card, it looks like a case of someone's eyes being bigger than their stomach, having lots of great opportunities, or perhaps obligations that are not great. Can be as bad as having none. The result is often the same, pedaling really fast but not getting anywhere. If you want a situation to change, you've got to prioritize some things. So then, now this is my research. 10 of Wands. Burden, heavy, not putting anything down. Feel like you just keep going and going and going and going. Too much. Too much. Very intense. And, it's loaded. So, okay, that one all came out pretty similar, but I've had cards that were completely different. When they're reversed, they mean something else. Let me see if I can do it on this one. Now, the numbers mean something. Like I said, 10 is completion. 10 is a complete form of the suit's energy beyond the material completion. 9 10s signify ultimate transcendental completion. 10 is a time when mastery has been achieved, but one may feel stagnant. It's time to seek new pursuits. 10 is associated with the Wheel of Fortune. Forgive the noise outside, they're doing construction. Let's see. Wands. Wands is fire. It's a symbol. It's the element of fire. It represents inspiration, life force, motivation, power, and desire. To me, like the swords is always fighting, the struggling. Now, I don't believe it's entertainment only. Okay, advice, confirmation, especially when you don't have anybody to talk to, and to get a reaction from, or to get advice from. This, I have many methods. And then I have my pendulum. that I use, and I like to test it out to see how, accurate every day. I make sure I acknowledge it. It's your energy. And when I pass away, I'm very confident that my energy is going to be all up in my crystals, but it's Monday, whatever the date is, right before the 1st. Wednesday's the 1st, so it's that day. Krystles method. My card today is 10 of Wands. If you want a card, hit me up, leave me a message, a comment. Leave a comment, not my messenger, please. And I will handle that. Forgive me if I'm delayed on that. I'm getting it's all still kind of new to me in a sense, because I use various forms of methods, and I'm trying to also learn, but I have no problem with learning out loud. I have no problem with using my mess for others to comprehend lessons from, because it's my purpose anyway. So real quick, I'm just going to randomly draw one, and I don't have everything prepared to be swift about it. Okay, I'm going to draw one. I'm going to draw a random one, and it's for you. And when I read it, you'll know that I'm talking to you. A nine of Pentacles. Now, a Nine of Pentacles is a woman. She's well and confident about herself. She's got the luxury. She's got the bird on her shoulders. She's got money all around her. She's very diva. She's a diva. So I'm going to pull up the Nine of Pentacles in the book. In the book, it says Nine of Pentacles. A very popular card with a good reason. It represents accomplishment, achievement, success, prosperity, and self-determination. Not only do you have it all, you have a very particular feeling that you have earned it. Having made it all happen by yourself, it wasn't necessarily easy. It took loads of discipline and focus, skill, and plain old hard work. But it's yours, and it's perfect. The only thing missing is someone to share it with. You don't have to share, but you want to. It won't be difficult to find a willing companion. And this is going to be a special card pretty much, because who can really say that? A Nine of Pentacles. My notes is feeling abundance, single, happy, confident, self-love. And then if I go to the app, Nine of Pentacles. There she is. Nine of Pentacles. It says, earned rewards, fruits of labor, luxury, self-sufficiency, and discipline. The card portrays a well-dressed woman in a beautiful garden. She's got here by working hard and now enjoying the fruits of her labor. She's acted with discipline, taming her impulses like she's tamed the bird on her arm. When the card appears in a reading, it may be time to act with such discipline. You will accomplish much by quieting your animal instincts. It could be time for self-reliance, for taking charge of your own future. You may be craving more independence. This card could also mean that you have already accomplished much. Now it's time to indulge in your rewards that you deserve. Pamper yourself and take time out on a date. It could be telling you that you need to give off the impression of not needing anyone else, or that it could be telling you that you give off the impression that not needing anyone else could prevent you from receiving anybody else. That giving them that impression. Again, you know who you are, and the card is for you. Krystles method. Hope you're in good health and good spirits. That's all for now. YouTube, don't forget to subscribe.